let me just start off right now by saying Happy National Tight Ends Day. I don't know where that came from, but it apparently is a thing, and Jacob runs
Yeah,
tight end.
it's
Where did
my
that?
day.
Yeah, it's your day. Everybody stop. So
Right.
Happy National Tight Ends Day.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. I don't know where I think I know where it started. I'm pretty sure a bunch of the pro guys started it with their little tight end you thing, and George Kittle and all them just decided to name a day the National Tight End Day. So now here we are.
Kind of weird. Please like, subscribe, share, and we want you to be a part of our Tennessee coverage each and every week. The Ball Report with Jake Warren, brought to you by Fassy Lawn and Garden, Man Alive. It's worth the drive. And Jacob, your buddy Princeton Fant had quite a day before National
Yeah,
Tight Ends Day.
yeah.
Throwing, catching, running. He has uh, really asserted himself throughout this season. Just kind of your thoughts on what he's been able to do. I know you're happy for him.
Yeah, it seems like he did everything except for, be a tight end on Saturday, right? Obviously, that's not the case. He's in there, blocking, and did a lot of 12 personnel stuff, and got in and out of some cool formations, and did some cool things while we were both on the field, which was really cool to see. But yeah, him obviously, he's one of those guys that you can really do a lot of different things with just because of his build and his athleticism and his strength and his speed and all that stuff. So um, yeah, being able to design runs for him to get the ball in the backfield and then be able to make plays, and for him to call it a trick play if you want, but for him to be the guy to be able to throw the pass and throw the ball 45 yards down the field to a receiver running full speed is pretty crazy too. So yeah, I don't know. It's cool to see all the things he's able to do.
Cooper and I have talked a lot, and you can go to the YouTube channel and hear interviews weekly with Cooper Mays. But we talked about a lot about some of the best natural athletes on the
Hmm.
team. He mentions Darnell Wright, just size, speed, explosion, all of that.
Yeah.
Where does Princeton rank on one of the best, just natural, innate athletes on the team?
Yeah, Princeton. I think Princeton's up there at the top. If not one, like I don't really know who else would be. If you consider all things, size, strength, power, speed, agility, all those things. I mean, he's up there for sure. Darnell is he's crazy to me too because just the way he moves and like his how quick he is with his feet and how agile he is really cool to see as a 345-pound offensive tackle. So you got guys like that all over the place, but I think pound for pound, like for what he's able to do and the versatility he has, I think Princeton probably is up there for sure.
The final stretch is coming. You have UT Martin, no knock against them, but you guys were able to play a little less than a half as the starters, and
Yeah.
you clearly are a more talented team. So, how much does that help to be able to have a game in which you don't have to play a full 60 minutes like the previous week against Alabama?
Yeah, I think that kind of is taken for granted. I guess sometimes, like you think, bye weeks are times where guys really get a lot of rest and whatever. And like I'm not saying that this is like a bye week, but yeah, you're used to, or at least I'm used to playing upwards of 50 snaps a game, and 50 snaps of physical, like hitting somebody every play, getting hit every play, running full speed every play. To you know you cut that in half, right? Say I only played a half, so I only played half the snaps. So now you're taking half the reps, and every single block might not be that super big collision where you got to fully exert yourself. So um, I guess, yeah, it's good to have games like that where you can kind of just go take care of business and play hard, play well, play hard, and make plays and do what you do. But it's also good for the guys, second, third strings, to be able to go in there and get some experience and play and build up some confidence. And I don't know, just let them go out there and play because they earn it and they work for it the same way that we do.
Jacob's appearance brought to you by Vassy Lawn and Garden, Man Alive. It's worth the drive. Whether you're talking about industrial mowers, commercial mowers, or just residential mowers, hedgers and trimmers, Vassy Lawn and Garden in Cleveland, Man Alive. It is worth the drive. And uh, Jacob, when you take a look at the stretch run, it starts with Kentucky,
Mm,
and Kentucky is you've been around Tennessee football your whole life, is a very respectable program now.
yeah.
Whereas I think the street got to maybe 24 games in a row that Tennessee had won. At one point, it was ridiculous, maybe 22. But your thoughts on Kentucky and how you view them now, as opposed to maybe how you did when you were a kid?
Yeah, Kentucky is one of those games that every year I think both teams come into that game. Um, I don't know. Both of us expect to beat each other, right? And it's always looked at as that'll be a good game. That's a good game on the schedule. But I think on our side of it, we always expect to beat Kentucky. That's a game that we feel like we should be able to handle every year, and they always come in with a really good team, and it ends up being a great game. So, I think this year is a similar thing. They have a really good team, have a really good quarterback, and have good skill positions. They have good defensive players that have played a lot of ball and. Um, yeah, you look at their roster and they're a great team. But at the end of the day, like this rivalry that we have is I don't know. I guess it's unlike any other in the sense that like every single year it's going to be a very close match usually, right? And I don't know. We should come out on top in that, like we should every week. But I don't know. I guess it is a little bit different just because of the history of it.
You talk about play a lot of ball. Their guys have typically played a lot of ball.
Hmm.
They're what I would call a developmental program. Guys get better throughout the years.
For
I don't
sure.
know if they go out and snag a bunch of 5-star guys like some of the other programs do out there. So the maturity level of that team, where does that
Hmm.
typically compare when you face them to other programs?
Yeah. You get a program like that where they're truly invested in developing guys and um, taking a kid in that I don't know. I was a 3-star, right? Like I wasn't a 5-star. I wasn't this huge recruit. I had a lot of attention and stuff, but you take a guy like that who comes in and again, not saying 5 stars aren't like this, but a guy that comes in and just happy to be where he is, right? Happy to be at Kentucky, happy to be in an SEC program, and they take the time to just be honest with themselves and develop and get their opportunities when it comes. And I guess I'm kind of telling my story in a way, like right, you get the opportunity when it comes, and you learn how to adjust, and you learn what it takes to be successful. You stick to it. You grind it out, and you trust the program, trust the process, and at the end of it, you have the result of a player that has really worked himself into a pretty good role and plays good ball. So yeah, I think that they have definitely a few guys on that team that fit that mold, and they take pride in what they do, and they play hard. And so yeah, it's kind of obvious when you watch it on film that they care and that they truly have done it for themselves and done it for their team as well.
I like talking sports, and I don't typically talk politics or religion because I think that's a great way just to get half the audience mad at you and half the audience may love you. But still, at
Right.
the end of the day, I'm not going to ask you about politics. But
Hmm.
there has been something that's been so pervasive of this team that I think it's gotten to the point where it's noteworthy, and that is the religious aspect of the team.
Hmm.
Princeton Fant came out, and the first thing he said is, "I just wanted to thank God for my opportunity here. Without him, it wouldn't be possible." And that was last week at a press conference. You have oftentimes worn Christian shirts during this very broadcast, which we carry weekly on our YouTube channel. What role does faith play in this team's success? Do you believe?
Yeah. I think recently we have seen. So like I mentioned, I think before we have a FCA, group that meets, and this is all of our athletes on campus. It's called 110. We meet and we fellowship and we just kind of get to know each other and just learn and get in the word and we worship and it's become very much a I don't even know how to explain it. It's become very much an easy thing for people to buy into, and I've seen a lot more traction on our team, and specifically, a lot more of our guys coming into those meetings, a lot more of our guys asking questions, to me or to a couple of our other guys that, publicly, proclaim that they're a Christian and that try to live their life the right way. Um, and so I think it's been great just to kind of see what the Lord has been able to do, just through us. I think we truly have a lot of guys that feel that way and that It shows up in the way that we play, in the way that we fight, in the way that we don't give up and we're relentless, and we have faith in everything, right? Like we go into every game and have a true confidence because we understand that regardless of the result or regardless of how we play or whatever it may be, at the end of the day, like the 102,000 in the crowd, it doesn't matter, right? Because you're playing for an audience of one, and that's kind of given us some security and given us the ability to go out there and just perform freely and have fun and enjoy being with each other. And I think it's getting to the point where I can look left and I can look right, and I can have familiar experiences with these guys, on a religious level, and I can remember conversations that I've had with guys about the struggles that they're going through, or just about faith in general, and seeing a lot of new guys come into the faith. And man, it's been a blessing just kind of seeing God work on our team and throughout our athletic program. I think it's obvious because you see, we got a lot of good stuff going on Rocky Top, right? Like our sports teams, our softball teams, our soccer teams, our baseball team, basketball, like everyone's doing really well. And I don't think that's a coincidence, right? I think we're truly blessed and truly favored. And yeah, that's just a testament to, I guess, the people here and the commitment that we're trying to make to live our life the right way and serve our Lord.
That's not how most athletes at a high level are viewed. Most of the time,
Hmm.
it's these guys just they have a gift and they're just kind of playing it out. And we always hear about the bad things that happen.
Right.
How refreshing is that to you? And do you think should it be to Tennessee fans to know that they're rooting for a bunch of good guys? Because I can say it from getting to know you and Coop, and from what
Hmm.
I hear, that is the case.
Yeah, you have just like anything, I think you have a couple of scenarios where guys might get a bad we might get a bad reputation because of what's going on in our world, right? In our there's been a lot of college football players that don't live that way, or that don't try to make that obvious, or whatever it may be. So that may shine a negative light on us. But um I don't know, again, you can't really control what others are thinking and what others think about you. So I think it's kind of something we're just harping on, just kind of living our life. And Chris Walker is our chaplain, and he always says, like, when we pray, he prays over us and says that um, he hopes and prays that people are able to look at his team and tell that there's something different, and that something different being Jesus, right? And man, I guess that's just kind of how we try to live our life, right? Regardless of how others see it or feel about it.
I would imagine with the way things are going for you guys now, that just reinforces that's the way to live your life from this point forward.
Yeah, and if you don't believe what we believe, then um, sure, we're just really good football players, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. That's what we'll hold on to for now.
You are really good football players, and I want to ask you about that. Please like, subscribe, and share. Brought to you by Bassey Lawn and Garden, the Ball Report, Man Alive, it's worth the drive. Got it all right there at Bassey Lawn and Garden. You are really good football players, and people are starting to take note of that. You're number
Yeah.
three now across the board in both polls in nationally. And I could ask you this each and every week, and I try not to, but how do you put the blinders on and make sure you don't think about next game, possibly Atlanta, possibly beyond that? How do you do that?
Hmm. Um, Man, I guess just sticking to it, right? Just kind of understanding what got you to the point you're at, and it's as simple as that, right? Just continuing to do the things that you do and being mature enough to understand that doing the things that you have been doing has gotten you to this point. So if you want to continue to get further and further, you have to continue to put in the work, and you have to stay connected to each other. You have to stay connected to this program, and like the coaches call it, don't take a breath, right? So if you think about, you're swimming, whatever, don't come up to take a breath, because, like, man, we got to keep going. We got to move. So um, I think that's just the biggest thing, and the coaches have been really good about harping on that, and making that really clear that we can't slow down, man. We have to continue to be hungry and continue to fight and continue to get better as the season goes, because I mean, the games only get harder from here on out, right? You have a lot of SEC games that we've got left to play, This league is weird right now because a lot of people are beating a lot of people, right? It's not like just a couple teams dominating. You have a lot of teams that are showing a lot of promise and that are playing really good ball. So you can't quite just rule anybody out, and you kind of just have to go in every week and expect to dominate and expect to win. And so that's kind of, I guess, what we'll continue to do.
I've always thought that would be easier as a professional athlete. Hey, I hop in my Porsche, I go home to my multi-million-dollar house, and I
Right.
I insulate myself. But you have to, and some of your classes may be online, I don't know, but you still have to be out in the public, walk to and from class, and that sort of thing.
Hmm.
So, how much more recognized are you for what you guys have accomplished to this point than in August when the semesters just started?
Yeah. So yeah, my classes are online right now because we're in
Okay.
school, right? Whatever. But I do occasionally. I just walk around campus just because I don't know. I want to feel young again, right? I want to be. I want to feel like I did freshman year when I'm walking around, right? But I walk around and there's a lot of just a lot of buzz, right? It just seems like there's a lot of excitement. There's people wearing jerseys. There's people wearing t-shirts. There's just this I don't want to sound weird, but like just this vibe, right? And then people are just enjoying being around, you know, each other, and it's great, and I love how it's kind of bringing everybody together. But at the same time, um, I don't know if it's just I don't think it's just me, right? But I get recognized more often than I think I did before. Whether I'm just walking through the mall or I'm at a restaurant or whatever it may be. I think there it seems like it's happening a little bit more often now where people are saying, "Hey man, good game," and I'm like, "Thanks, I appreciate it." Which one are you talking about? Like, yeah, like I don't know, but no, it's been great, man. I'm excited, and it hasn't. No one's ever disrespectful, and no one's ever hurtful about anything. So I can't complain.
Do you like that, or are you ever like? Because I can tell you when I was recognized a couple times, it got on my wife's nerve.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah,
is there are
right.
there ever times you're like, I'm kind of eating here. I would rather.
Um, yeah, I mean, there's going to be times. So, like, some people don't quite. I think people see us a little bit different. I think people don't realize that we're. I hate to say because we're not at that level. I'm not a celebrity. I'm not like anyone that people actually like really should take their time out of their day to say something to. But like, man, don't walk up to a guy when he's sitting there, trying to eat his steak or trying to eat his cheeseburger. Like, don't come talk. Like, I get it. Like, I appreciate it. I really do. But I don't know. Some people don't quite understand boundaries, but that's all right. I still appreciate it.
I understand. So as far as the fandom, the excitement around the program, that's just going to continue to grow
Yeah.
as things move along. And I think it's there for prospects. How different do you think
Hmm.
prospects view that are on campus now, Tennessee, when they're actually there at a game? Some of the games you've been at have been lifetime memorable. How different do you think that people view it now as opposed to when you were recruited? You were recruited.
Yeah, this place has always been special to me just because of my background, but I think this place has been, very memorable, I think, recently just because of what's going on, right? And there's guys coming in that, maybe I've heard about it or whatever, but never quite experienced anything like that before. So yeah, I think that that's very much a, mindset altering event, right? You come to a game like Alabama or you come to even UT Martin and you watch us, handle business and you watch the offense as an offensive player, right? Maybe an offensive recruit. You come in and you see the stats and you've seen us the fact that we've put up 30 plus in 19 games and you see or how 10 games in a row, whatever it may be. Like you see the fact, you see all these things going on, number one offense in the nation, like whatever it may be. And you come watch it for yourself and it kind of is just like, wow, like this is real. Like I would love to be a part of this. And I don't know who wouldn't want to be at this point, but I don't know. I guess it's kind of my 2 cents on it. You can't argue with what's going on around here.
We're past the midway point, the halfway point of the season, a little bit more than that. How would you ask Cooper the same thing? How would you grade yourself?
Yeah. Prefacing this with always there's always room for improvement, right? There's always
Hmm.
times to be better. I'm proud of the way that I've played. I think that one thing that I'm trying to, truly show about myself is that I care about my teammates and I care about my team and I care about the program. And um, I'm happy because I've had a lot of people come to me or message me and just say, hey man, like I don't know like that much about football or whatever, but I tell that you play hard. Like you truly care and you play your butt off and I appreciate that. And that's just someone just saying that like as a fan or whatever. But um, it means a lot to me because that's something that I try to hang my hat on and I try to pride myself on. So I'm happy about that. And like I said, there's footwork issues and there's missed blocks and there's times where I'm not as good with my hands or whatever. But overall, I'm happy with the way that I've portrayed myself as a player and I guess in turn like as a person through the way that I play.
How hungry are you to find the end zone?
I just want some wings, dude. I want those 87-cent wings, baby. I have people tell me every single week, man, I want these wings. I want those wings. Like I'm trying to get them for you, buddy. Don't worry about it. Sooner though, man. Sooner. I'm sure it'll happen. I saw something that CJ was almost said. I don't care what I'm doing, man. I could be an equipment manager as long as we're helping the team win. Like I don't care. And I'm trying to just get to that point mentally where it's like, look, um, my time will come when I'm gonna be called on to catch the ball that wins the game or be called on to catch that third down. Like I had a big third down conversion versus Alabama and that was the first time I'd ever run that play in the game, but like was happy that I was able to go out and execute and do what I needed to do. So yeah, just keep my head up and keep pushing and understand that I'm doing what I need to be doing to help the team win.
So is that the 87 wings have to do with Craven wings? Is that what that
Yeah,
is?
buddy. Yeah, buddy. Craven wings. If I score a touchdown next day for the next 24 hours, 87-cent wings on me. Well, not on me, but
Yeah. Okay,
right, not on me. But go see Craven Wings after I score a touchdown next week, and we can have some sauce 87 or something.
So you've got a sauce named after you.
Yeah, man. You're not in the loop, are you?
I need to get in the loop. I'm old. My
Yeah,
wife
it's
makes
okay.
really good wings at home, but I need to get there. I need to get to Craven to take some pressure off her.
Yeah, please do. Sauce 87. It's a spicy lemon pepper. My two favorite flavors are buffalo and lemon pepper. So they asked me what I wanted, and that's what it is. So I really enjoy it. I've got a lot of good feedback. Um, so hopefully we
Nice.
can get them next weekend.
Let me leave you with this. What do you, and sorry to go long on you, what do you
You good?
remember about the Kentucky game last year?
Mm-hmm.
And that was a battle that you guys won on the road. How
Yeah.
was that to maybe gelling together and bringing everything and bringing faith into this football team? Not
Yeah. What's
religious,
cool?
you know what I
Right.
mean?
What's cool is that that game was like a big staple game. If you see that, where is it? That ball right there. Do you see it?
Yes, I see the ball.
It's a That's the game ball from that game, right? So they gave everyone on the team a game ball from that game. It has the score, the date, the team, everything like that, and that was like a moment in the season where we're all like, man, like I finally like see it. Like we've all truly like rallied together and kind of meshed and like really started to click. And that game was crazy because like they didn't punt a single time, right? And we beat them 45-42, right, with the field goal, everything. But just the way that like end of the half, you kick the field goal, and then how everything kind of worked out. They ended up converting on a big fourth down, and then we ended up stopping that. Like just everything that happened was truly like a total just team win, and I think that was a big statement for us, and made that game really special, which is why we all got team balls. So.
So everybody got a team ball.
Mhm.
That's pretty neat. So is that the only time that's happened?
Um, Last year that was the only time that happened. I think a couple times this year they're gonna give them to everybody, but it's at the end of the season whenever they give them out.
Gotcha. Well, that must mean that the coaches thought it was pretty significant, and it was
For sure.
a gutsy win, no doubt about it. We
Yeah.
appreciate it, Jacob. Hook me up with some wings, and
Yeah.
I look forward to that. And certainly, best of luck down the stretch. Keep the blinders on. Nothing
Hmm.
happening. You guys actually, I looked at the polls. You're rated like 318, so don't worry about everything's fine. The
Worse
world,
than the FBS, right?
yeah, you're the worst. They're thinking about downgrading you to
Hmm.
FCS. I think.
Hmm.
So
Right.
don't even think about the good stuff. We appreciate the time, Jacob. We will talk to you soon. We appreciate
Of
it.
course.
Jacob's Visit brought to you by Bassy Lawn and Garden, Man Alive, It's Worth the Drive, the Vol Report. This has been a presentation of Off the Hook Sports.